Yes, I did extensive research. Prior to during my early stages of porn, my porn career, I actually went to acting school for 2 years. So I had learned how to, have tools as an actor. But as the process went on, and me and Angela, we actually met up prior to shooting when we first got the treatment. I think we researched our roles for like a good 3 or 4 months prior to even filming, which in reality for a mainstream film, that's not very much time, but we did everything we could to show up and make sure that we did what we did. I talked to a bunch of people that I have friends that are, actors in other films and stuff like that, and they really, had them read the treatment with me, gave me some tools, stuff like that. I brought some of my own elements into it. At the end of the day, it's a very, it's a very dark role, dark kind of movie. So, I'm in recovery from addiction, and I kind of was able to hone some of the thinking that comes along with having that disease into my role. It was a lot that went into it that I used for research.
You as an actor, do you prefer sticking to script, or do you prefer?
I honestly will go with whatever, man. I literally could, I'm a chameleon, you know what I mean? Like, you put me in a situation, like, I'll become that thing, and like, I don't care how you have me do it. That's just always has been my thing. I look at I'm a solution-based guy. I don't look at like what I prefer. I look at what I can bring to the table.
Do you think independent films like this will change the perception of adult material?
That's definitely the hope. I hope it does change the perception of adult film. I think it will give people a little smack in the mouth of like what we can probably do as actors and not just sex performers.
At this point in your career, you've pretty much done all the big things, little ones. I'm guessing you've won the awards you wanted to win.
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple still I want to get. I'm just kidding. Yes, but I've done it. I've done everything. Every goal I've set out for has been achieved in this business. And the gratitude I have for it is like, I don't really have words for it. It's honestly unbelievable to me. So.
Do you attribute any one thing to your longevity? I mean, you've been
work ethic, treating everybody well, and I think the one thing that I've always wanted to do was I don't go to set. I think sexually, a lot of people, especially in a job environment, I think a lot of people, what had contributed to I'm not going to talk about a lot of people, I'm going to say what contributed to my success, I think, was that I constantly think about what I can do to broaden everybody else around me. So when I work on projects, I want everybody else to look good. That is more my forte. I'm not there to make myself look good. So whenever I go to set, it ain't about me. So because it's not about me, and I'm making the value of what's going on around me better by my actions, I think that was what really contributes to my longevity. And plus, I'm dedicated, man. I'm a dedicated person. I'm a very hardworking person, and I just keep pushing. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't care. There have been times where I don't feel that I was, I would say that I wasn't on the ball of where I might have wanted to be until I really started to just, I think 90% of life is just showing up, man. It's just, you gotta just show up. That's all it really takes. You show up and you do everything you can to do your best. And that's all I've ever tried to do.
Being every straight man's dream. For you, what is the reality of being a male actor, is whatever man thinks it is?
The reality of being a male actor, I would say, well, days aren't always easy. It's a very fun job, but it is a job at the end of the day. And also at the end of the day, it's like, I think the most important thing as a male performer for me is that my goal at the end of the day is because I've done this for a while, I know how to perform, meaning like I know what to do so that it looks good for camera, but so that's almost a subconscious act. So as a performer, I think the main objective is to make the girl feel good and look good as possible. And because based on that, and I learned that from watching guys like Manuel Ferreira, where his goal as being a male performer is to make the girl get off as much as she can, because that's what I think makes a hot scene, is a sex scene. As an actor, I always studied to be an actor, I wanted to be a real actor, so I think that just happened to fall into the grace of what I do now. So But being a male performer, I think it has its moments, and I think it's something that you have to really stay in shape for. You have to really be mentally, have a lot of mental clarity. It's all about feeling free and peaceful when you're on set. You know, I don't have the luxury of feeling stressed out or having personal issues, because when I go to work, I have to focus completely on what I'm doing. So I think that's probably the biggest hurdle for being a male performer, is that you have to kind of like set a lot of things aside when you're there. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of focus.